There's this tree I pass by often. It's tall, kind of awkward, growing at a weird slant. It's not the prettiest one on the path, especially next to the perfectly symmetrical one beside it. You know, the kind you did take a picture of. But lately, I have realized something. That crooked tree still grows. It still reaches for the sun, still blooms in its own strange, blind way. It's just doing it differently. And maybe so are we. Hey friends, I'm Ishpreet and you are listening to It's Always About Me podcast. Today, I want to have a real, vulnerable conversation with you. Not from a place of I have figured it all out, but from a place of me too. Because the comparison trap has still fallen into it, especially when I least expect it. This episode is about what it feels like when we forget that we are enough and how we find our way back. Chapter number 1, The Silent Spiral. I want to start with a memory. I had just posted something I was proud of, an artwork I worked on for days. I felt good, peaceful, until I opened my feed and saw someone else's post. More detailed, more refined, way more likes, way more comments, and was shared by thousands of people. And within seconds, that piece turned into self doubt. I started zooming into my own work, literally and metaphorically. What's missing? But I didn't mind it that much attention. Maybe I'm not that good after all. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. Comparison doesn't always announce itself. It seeps in quietly through a like count, a passing comment, a perfect photo, a college acceptance, someone else's success story, and suddenly we feel small in our own story. But here's what I have learned. Comparison is not clarity. It doesn't tell you who you are or what you are capable of. It tells you who you are not. And that's a dangerous lens to look through. Chapter number 2, When We Forget Who We Are. Comparison thrives when they are disconnected from our own purpose. Because when we are rooted in why we do something, we care a little less about how others are doing it. Think about it. A sunflower doesn't compete with the cactus. Different soil, different seasons, different needs. And yet we treat our journeys like they are supposed to look the same. But creativity, growth, healing, it's never a linear process. So instead of asking why I'm not there, try asking what's unfolding for me right here. This shift doesn't come overnight, but awareness is the first crack in the comparison lens. Chapter 3, Real Talk, What It Steals from Us. Let's talk what comparison really takes from us. Our joy. We stop celebrating our wins because someone else's seems bigger. But here's what I have learned. It's okay if you're not where they are. Girl, their path is shaped by different timing, different access, different chances, and you're walking a road they have never walked. Just because your movement looks different doesn't mean it's any less worthy of joy. You can celebrate others and still be proud of yourself. Second, our momentum. We delay our dreams waiting for that perfect moment, the perfect skill set, the perfect plan, the perfect amount of confidence. But perfect is a moving target. There will never be a moment where everything aligns flawlessly. Girl, just start with what you have. Start unsure, start messy. The only way to grow into the next chapter is to begin the one you are in now. Third, our self trust. Comparison makes us question our gut. We start doubting our ideas, our voice, our worth. We begin to seek validation from the outside, from numbers, praise, or people who were never meant to define our value. But here's the truth, you don't need permission to take up space. You don't need 100 people to believe in you. You just need you. Your belief in yourself is the foundation everything else stands on. I will be honest, I have paused projects, leaked posts, and doubted ideas just because I saw someone else doing it better. But the truth is, Someone is shining doesn't dim your light. Their success doesn't cancel out yours. There's a space for all of us. Comparison is a thief, yes, but the good news is you don't have to let it in. Chapter 4, Reclaiming Your Center. So, what do we actually do when comparison shows up? We can't always stop it, it's human nature, but we can choose not to build a home for it. And for me, that starts with coming back to the center. Not long ago, I caught myself spiraling again, comparing my journey with a friend who seemed to be everywhere, all at once. Internship, collaborations, parties. Meanwhile, I was still figuring out my next steps. I remember sitting there, staring at their post and feeling this tightness in my chest. Like I had missed something, like I had failed to arrive. But instead of pushing that feeling away, I did something different. I closed the app. I got up, I picked up my journal, and I asked myself, what does success even mean to me? That moment reminded me I was measuring myself with someone else's ruler. So now, when comparison creeps in, I pause. I reconnect with these three things. My why. Why did I start this journey? Was it ever about being first, being seen, or was it about creating something honest? When I remember my why, I stop needing to prove it to everyone else. My pace. Not everything that blooms fast blooms forever. I remind myself that slow progress is still progress, and rushing won't get me any closer to what's truly mine. Sometimes the most beautiful things take time, so do I. My values. Success looks different for everyone. For me, it's peace, freedom, creative expression, impact. When I feel lost, I ask, am I living in alignment with what matters to me? If the answer is yes, then I'm already doing okay. Reclaiming your center doesn't mean pretending you never get insecure. It means not abandoning yourself when you do. Chapter 5, Back to the Cricket Tree. Remember the tree I mentioned at the start? It's still growing, still standing, no medals, no spotlight, no feed full of likes. Just a quiet, persistent reaching towards light. Maybe that's us too. We won't always feel confident or ahead or even enough, but keep showing up anyway because our path is still unfolding and it's not supposed to look like anyone else's. So, if you are listening to this and you have been stuck in comparison lately, please know you are not behind, you are not invisible, you are becoming, and that is enough. Before we end, I want to offer a few gentle reflection questions. You don't have to write them down, just take a breath and think. Who am I comparing myself to lately and why? What part of me feels unseen or unloved right now? What's one thing I can celebrate about my journey today? Thank you so much for sharing the space with me. If this episode resonated, I did love to hear from you. You can connect with me on Instagram. It's always about me podcast or share your favorite moment in a DM. And if you think someone else needs this reminder too, go ahead and pass it along. Until next time, be kind to yourself, stay rooted in your rhythm, and remember there's no competition in becoming you.